All right, welcome back to Missing Persons TV. I'm Brian Lab with my co-host Deborah. Today's Monday, August 31st, 2009, at 9:39 p.m. Tonight we have one new case to discuss, and that's case number 807 for Lacey Anderson. And then we're going to be reviewing case number 673, Haleigh Cummings, and case number 764, Tracy Ocasio. Plus we have a new news article that came out today that Deborah wanted to talk about. I had Deborah on the phone. Deborah, how you doing?
Doing fine. How are you doing?
Fine. I'm doing much better today. I was a little bit sick yesterday. I think I feel a lot better. I might sound a little sick, but I feel fine and great. So I'm ready to do the show tonight. Now you are off selling mops tomorrow, correct?
Yes, I am.
Wonder mops. Is that what they're called?
Could you repeat that, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Aren't they called Wonder Mops?
No.
What are they
I think
called?
that might be the competition.
Oh, so what is yours called?
Freemop.com.
Okay, that's not what it's called, though.
It's a free fiber mop made out of microfiber.
And how's that better than your standard mop made from rope?
What, a sponge that's all full of bacteria and breaks down?
Oh, okay. I guess
That's pretty nasty. Or, people that use the Swiffer sheets,
Mm-hmm.
those, you just keep throwing them away. You have to keep buying more and more and more, where the mop pads are washable. And one lasts at least 3 years.
Huh.
And that's for dry mopping and wet mopping both.
I'll have to check that out.
It's actually pretty neat. I use Swiffer to till the mop.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun. So I know you got to be up early, so we'll get this show done as quick as we can. You had mentioned there's a article out today, a news article from Georgia. Apparently, there's been a slaying. You wanna bring that up real quick? And I have the 911 call if you want. I can play it whenever you want.
Okay. That would be actually 8 slayings.
Okay.
A family, a dad, an uncle, and some cousins. A frantic caller called in and said that several of his family members had been beaten to death, and another one of them was barely breathing. They released the 911 call today, following the attack that happened this weekend at the mobile home park, and this is in southeastern Georgia. The guy said, "My whole family is dead." He screamed it. His name is Heinze Jr. He's 22 years old. He went on to say, "It looks like they've been beaten. I don't know what to do, man." Trying to scroll down here.
You want me to play the audio clip real quick? Deb?
Yeah, go ahead and play the 911 call now if you want.
Yeah, I got it queued up. I'm going to play it right now. Here we go.
Oh, my whole family's dead. Okay, what's going on, sir? What? I just got home I was out last night. I got home just now, and everybody's dead. My dad's dead. How many people are there? There's like 6. My whole family's dead. Okay. It looks like they've been beaten to death. I don't know, man. Okay, you're what, 47 New Hope Plantation, correct? Yeah, man, it is. I mean, I don't know what to do, man. Okay. Take a deep breath. I got them coming for you. Just stay on the line with me, okay? Yeah, 47 New Hope Plantation. They're coming for you. Family's dead. How many people are there? Your dad? Who else is there? My dad, my uncle, my cousins. Cousin? What's Yeah, that? huh? Oh, it's lot number 147, right? Yes, ma'am. Hey, I don't know what to do, man.
Okay. There we go. Deborah.
Okay, when the authorities got there on Saturday morning, they found 7 people dead and 2 clinging to life. Police have refused to say how they were killed or give a possible motive. An 8th person died yesterday. During this call, it was made from a neighbor's home. Heinze said that his father, his uncle, and his cousins were among those that were dead. He also was pleading with the 911 operator to send help for one of the 2 survivors whose face was, quote-unquote, smashed in, but was still breathing. Heinze said that the survivor's name is Michael, and that he has Down syndrome during that call. I don't know. Some parts of the call are a little hard to understand. He hollered, "Michael's alive. Tell them to hurry. He's breathing. He needs help."
Yeah, I missed that part.
Yeah, see, you can't quite catch everything.
Mm-hmm.
The police yesterday said that one man that was rescued at the scene, 19-year-old Michael Toller, died at a hospital in Savannah, Georgia. The one survivor was still listed in critical condition. Police have said that the killer was not among those that were dead, and the killer is also not the last survivor. The victims here ranged in age from teenagers to adults. Scrolling down some more here, bear with me.
The killer is not the last
police
survivor.
Have arrested Heinze, the person we heard on the 911 call, on suspicion of tampering with evidence, lying to police, and illegal possession of prescription drugs and marijuana. That one was hard to believe, right? It sounded like he was under the influence of something. They jailed him yesterday. Law enforcement has been asked if he was involved in the Slayings, and Police Chief Matt Doring said, "I'm not going to rule him out, but I'm not going to characterize him as a suspect." Police acknowledged that they don't know if the killer is still out there, and they have urged residents to be aware and be cautious. They say that the person or persons responsible for this still remain unknown to them. Also saying that the killer could have fled to another county or even another state. Said that they cannot state if killer is at large because they just really don't know at this point. There's a lot of fear going down now in that town. One of the residents there said that she wonders if, sorry.
That's okay.
She wonders if she needs to sleep with a gun underneath her pillow. Afraid that the killer is still out there. She's very frustrated with the lack of information about what happened here. She says there's no manhunt, there's no suspect. Was it a murder-suicide? Well, I think earlier in the article that question was answered for us.
Right, I think we're looking at the person right now. If there was a killer on the loose, the police would be issuing warnings, keep your doors locked, all that kind of stuff. They know what happened.
They've told people
they're doing their job. So.
They just haven't really put the panic meter up real high. The police chief said that this is the worst murder case he's ever encountered in 25 years with the county. And this is located where this happened in Georgia. There is located between Savannah and Jacksonville, Florida. It's along the southeastern coast. It's either in Brunswick or just outside of it. It's actually like a I don't want to say a camp. I guess a compound of mobile homes in an area right there that this happened in one of them.
Okay.
And they say that that's located on the grounds of the historic plantation. They say that there's about 100 spaces in that compound, and it's near the center of New Hope Plantation. It's an 1,100-acre tract that all these mobile homes are on. Georgia Bureau of Investigation was conducting autopsies yesterday on 4 of the victims. They have not been releasing those results and making no comments either. The other 4 autopsies were supposed to have begun today. The police chief is defending his vague statements, saying that he didn't want the public to know details that might compromise what he is calling a tedious investigation. So basically, people are panicking and they're feeling like they should be told.
Does Guy Heinze, does he have a criminal record? I noticed there's a big gash on his forehead. You can see where the hair isn't growing in. Not on actually a little bit above his forehead, like on the top of his head. That might be hard to see in the picture I have up here, but I'm just wondering if he has a record or not.
Well, it doesn't say. It just lists, what they arrested him for.
Guy's in custody at this point, right?
Right. This happened Saturday morning. Police responded Saturday morning, and then they arrested him yesterday on Sunday.
Okay.
So I guess, in the next day or two, I would think that we know more. And,
right.
It appears that this person is responsible.
Yeah, it would make sense, especially if the police aren't, saying, there's a murderer on the loose. He just killed all these people. Obviously, the police know what happened. They're just trying to get enough evidence.
8 people dead and 1 in a hospital, there would be a huge manhunt going on, and there's not.
Yeah.
So, if it turns out, in the next day or two, if this person is not, if they don't claim that he's responsible, charge him or whatever, then at that point probably should open a case.
Yeah, I don't think we will, but yeah. It was really sad that, something like this would happen. I don't know what his motives were, but probably something to do with money and sex or something like that. Drugs.
No, I would put drugs number 1 on the list, since they, the illegal prescription drugs and the marijuana. And, he didn't sound clean and sober to me on that 911 call.
Okay, so, thanks, Deborah.
That would be my best guess. I guess we'll wait and see.
What a weekend. Okay, thank you. Let's get to our cases now. The first case we're going to cover today is a new case. Dream drawings were done last night. It is posted to the internet August 31st, 2009. Case 807 for Lacey Anderson. Deborah, what information do we have for Lacey? I'm sorry, Lacey. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Lacey?
Yes, Lacey Anderson.
Okay, sorry about that.
There was a case request through your via email through your website yesterday, Brian, from Lacey's parents, and they included a poster. Lacey had, as of yesterday, Lacey had been missing for 1 week. We don't know very much about Lacey and her circumstances. There's not much information out there, other than the fact that she went missing on the 23rd, which was a week ago yesterday. She has blonde hair, blue eyes. She's 5 feet 4 inches tall. She weighs 110 pounds. If you've seen her, you know any information, they'd like for anyone with information to call them. They've provided phone numbers and also the phone number of the Madison County Sheriff, and that would be area code 402-454-3311. At this point, we don't know exactly how old she is. She looks to be maybe 16 at the oldest to me. And, there's no date of birth. And by tracing the area code, it appears that she's missing out of Nebraska. So we don't know very much at this point. And what do you have for her case, Brian?
Okay, I have 3 dream drawings. The first one says River Road, the number 613871, and then the word room. I actually believe that this is a drawing of maybe a bedroom or something. Maybe that's a desk and a window. The next dream drawing says September 2nd, 2009, 11:16 a.m. Not sure what that means. Hopefully it's the date that she will come home safe. Next dream drawing says a poster went with a friend, but she changed her mind. That may be some type of poster on the wall. I'm not exactly sure what that is. But looking at this, I do think that she is safe and probably will be home soon. And if not, we can continue to work on the case. As far as any information I think is really useful as to finding her, I don't see anything here. Except for that number. I'm looking at that number. That could be a phone number. No. Could be an address. It might be a partial phone number. I'm not sure. Again, the number is 613-871 and the word River Road. Maybe that's an address on River Road. There is a River Road. And you said where? Where did she go missing?
Nebraska.
Okay. And anywhere? Nebraska? We don't know the town, city.
I'm not
Okay.
exactly sure. I think
Okay.
it's in the Omaha area. I'm not
Okay.
positive though.
Okay. But looking at that, I don't think that there's well, just looking at that, I didn't see anything, I guess, dangerous or anything. And then hopefully she'll probably maybe be home on September 2nd at 11:16 a.m. That's all I have on that one. Unless you have anything else.
No, I don't have anything else. If I do receive more information from her parents, or I'm able to find some information for Lacey on the internet, we'll do an update at that point.
Okay. I have
so people are more aware of it.
I put the link to the forum. We did open this case on the forum. The link is at the top of the page at case 807. So yeah, if anybody has any information, you can post it in the forum too, under that case. So that's all I have on that one. Okay, we have two updates. First update is for Haleigh Cummings, which is case number 673. Let me get a picture up here. This case was opened on February 11th of 2009. There are two websites for Haleigh, and I don't know if they're still active. I think they are. BringHaleighHome.com and HaleighBug.com. Deborah, is that correct?
I think Haleigh may be down. I thought it went down a while ago and was possibly going to come back up, so we can check and see if that's up or not.
Why it went down?
Yeah, they had closed the Haleigh Center.
Is there a reason for that?
It was quite some time ago.
Okay.
It was, I think it had to do with possibly some health issues for the mom.
Look at that. Okay, and that's weird. The name is resolving to a GoDaddy splash page, which means that...
Exactly. I just looked at that and...
Why would somebody do that? Why don't just redirect it to the other website? I mean, no one's helping.
I don't know.
No one's helping the family out with this.
It doesn't make sense to me either.
That's kind of important. You know, see what we can do about that. I mean, that's not an issue. That's a simple issue to fix. BringHaleighHome.com. That's operational.
Last I knew, yes, but that was the only one that was up. Let's see. My computer's moving really slow.
Yeah, it's loading slow here too. I'm getting a white page.
So am I.
All right, that's odd. I guess we'll look into that.
I'd hate to think that there's not a single site operational for her anymore.
Okay, well, we've done a lot of work on this case. This is case number 673. I'm not going to review it tonight. We've done it plenty of times. Deborah, there's some new information on the case. What is that?
Yes, there is. With what's been happening with that case, a lot of people are saying that maybe getting close to some resolution and hopefully locating Haleigh. Apparently, Misty, former Misty Crosland, who's Misty Cummings now, the 17-year-old that married Haleigh's dad a month after she went missing.
The one that lied about where she was at the time, and who was
oh, exactly, yes. Okay. And she's also the one that was in charge of taking care of Haleigh at the time, for all that we know at this point. But honestly, she could have gone missing, not at 3 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning, be discovered missing. At that point, they could have known she was missing the night before even. Who knows? There's just been so many different things said in this case. She could have died
accidentally.
We don't know what's anymore.
Right. There could have been all...
Yeah. Well, and apparently Misty does not like people thinking that she had something to do with this or that she knows anything. She contacted her, Texas SecuSearch. She wanted to have lie detector tests. So they went ahead.
Why didn't she contact the police for that, though?
Knows people that do that. So she wanted to clear herself, apparently.
Why didn't she ask the police, though, for a lie detector test? Why go to Tim Miller? Tim Miller's out looking for missing people.
Supposedly she failed the lie detector test early on through the police, remember?
Oh, okay. So then Tim Miller...
Yeah, so she helped with Tim Miller.
Tim Miller, what would he... Okay, I don't. Okay, Tim Miller. Okay. I don't. How does he have?
Well, Taylor does do things, with polygraphs and stuff in missing cases. He doesn't do them, but he knows people that do. Remember, he had.
Well, a lawyer would probably help her out with that.
Natalie Haleigh case out of Aruba.
Okay.
Or no, was that? Yeah, it was for Natalie's case. Remember? He'd arranged for some.
Okay.
So, apparently that's what he did. According to the interview that Tim Miller gave, she failed miserably. The answering of the questions, the voice stress test part of it, and from what I heard, she was fighting the hypnosis part.
Right. Yeah, I think I covered this in a show by myself. I think that's that. There's other information.
Right. But there's been more developments since then now. There was some searching done over the weekend in the area down there, and they didn't turn anything up. They're, everybody just kind of throwing, blame around, and apparently now, if I understand correctly, Misty is saying that her brother may have had something to do with it.
Why say that now?
So this just keeps becoming more and more and more of a mess, where no one is fessing up with the truth. And now we've even got somebody that everyone knows really well from the Kaylee Anthony case back in this one. He was in it early on, and that would be Leonard Padilla. And he has a plan to bring Haleigh home. Now, he discussed how with Casey Anthony, how the arrangement he had with Jose Baez was that arrangement he made was that there would be no attorney-client privilege type behavior between himself and Rob Dick and any of his team when it came to anything that Casey might say. They were not going to hold it in confidence. They would share that information with law enforcement, everyone else, and they would testify that they were not going to play it that way. However, now Leonard Padilla thinks that he'd like to do that with Misty. He has come up with his plan, and he's going to contact Misty to work out the details. He wants to be her confidant. And this I'm getting from a link to to Blog Talk Radio, hosted by Simon Barnett, I believe, that Sue has told me about, and then Sass gave me a link to today. So I listened to Leonard Padilla on that show. So he thinks it'd be a good idea to get her out of the country, too. And he's going to pay her plane fare and fly her to, Canada, and she can confess to him there, in confidence, whatever she knows, and he'll never tell.
To me, that sounds like interfering with a police investigation. I don't know how he could get away with that. I don't know. I would imagine that the police are pretty angry at something like that.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it wouldn't be the first time.
Okay.
I think he tries really, really hard. I believe Leonard Padilla really does, and I love what he does to try to help with the missing cases. But I'm not so sure that that's a good idea, although that's what it takes to get Haleigh. I don't know.
All right, but
what do you think?
He didn't help bring Kaylee home.
No, he didn't. But so many people were outraged when he wants to post her bail. But what could it really hurt? She couldn't run.
Okay, as far as Haleigh's location, where I believe the maps are posted, I guess we'll do this again. This could be a redo tonight or the next night or whatever, Deborah. But I'm not sure if the trailer there, Jacksonville, that area's been searched or not. But maybe we can start working on this case a little bit more. And I know Gail is going down to Florida here real soon. I know she's working in this case too. So maybe something can come of that. And again, if anybody has information, please post it in the forum, missingpersonforum.com.
Well, there was also talk with, as far as Misty goes, that she probably needs protection for what she knows, or because she's being abused, or on that show, Leonard Padilla was on there, and they had Cobra on there.
I think this is there's so much drama attached to all this stuff. I mean, I don't know. The girl is missing. That's what's important. The little girl is missing.
Like Jerry
Let's
Springer.
search for the little girl. If she's not going to help, screw her. Let's keep looking. That's what should be done. And this whatever blah blah blah. This is ridiculous. You look for her. She could be alive. That's
She's been lying for almost 7 months now.
Then leave her. Then
why should she mess up at this point? It's working for her.
Something, if they'll charge her with something and do whatever it takes. Obviously, something went wrong. She lied about whatever. Something went wrong. She knows what happens, or what happened. She's deceased. Where is her body? Tell us where her body is. More than likely, Misty's not the only culprit in something like this happening, or she is. Maybe it was an accident. I still think that Kaylee Anthony died because of an accident. People disagree with me on that one, but I still think it's what it was.
I don't have the opinion that it was premeditated, so to speak, but I don't think it was completely accidental either.
Let's just start focus back on, I guess, finding her.
Well, they're doing some searching, and the thing now too is with the way weather is in Florida, they're hoping in 4 weeks or 5 weeks at the most that they can get in and do some more ground searching, because vegetation is really thick down there this time of year.
There's always some issue with searching. This is Florida. There's always an issue with searching. I think that if Gail can go down there and do all that, I think that people can too.
Well, yeah. When Gail was down there, it was during the months of August, September, and November, I believe, for Kaylee's case.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. So we have what we have posted. We've done a lot of work on this case, literally hundreds of posts. There's a lot of information in the forum, but most importantly, as far as the dreams go, and what anybody psychic can put into it, those locations are posted. They've been posted since February 19th, 09. So anyways, thank you for that information. Deborah, anything else? We have one more case.
No, I don't really have anything else.
Okay. Next case is number 764, which is Tracy Ocasio. This case was open on June 6th of 2000. Sorry, June 6th of 2009. I do think this case is definitely related to the Jennifer Kessie case. We've put a lot of information out. I'm not going to go into the detail on this case again, but it's case number 764 if anybody's interested. Deborah, what new information do we have for this case?
Well, the results have come back from the test that they were doing on the boot that was found, that is believed to belong to Tracy. And there was not enough measurable DNA on that boot to conclude whether it belonged to her or not. They did search again over the weekend here. There's a wooded area near Lake Bennett that they searched again using airboats, dogs, and a hydro check. I'd never heard of a hydro check before. They say it's a 6-wheel water vehicle. Huh. Obviously, the search didn't turn anything up, or that would have been the first thing we're saying, is what was found for Tracy.
Okay.
Right now, still, they just have the one person of interest in that case, and that would be James Haleigh. Tracy's family and friends really had high hopes with this boot, and that it could give clues into what happened. And her best friend said last week that she was 99% sure that boot is Tracy's. So right now, Crime Line is offering a $20,000 reward for information on the case still. So, hopefully they'll just keep searching, and Gail is possibly going down again. Yep. Correct?
Yeah, not possibly. She definitely is.
Okay.
That'll be like her seventh or eighth trip down there. Okay. Yeah, this case too, I do have a location. That location could be either Stark Lake, off West Silver Star Road, or Lake Blanchard, in an area to the east of that, which is next to Oakey Cemetery Road. Those areas are posted. Maps are posted. Gail's information is posted too. Unfortunately, I don't think that the guy they have in custody has anything to do with this case, and I say that just because of the dreams. I do know a lot of evidence points toward him. I do think this case is definitely related to Jennifer Kesse, and I say that because both of these cases are really, really similar when it comes to the suspect and a lot of the information in the case file. I mean, really, it's just too much to be a coincidence, at least for me. So that's what I have. Hopefully, she's found soon, and if it's not her boot, that might be a good thing, because she could still be alive.
Well, we don't know that it's not her boot.
Okay.
What we do know is that there was not enough DNA on it to determine if it was or was not her
Where
boot.
was the boot found? Do you know?
I
I heard about the boot. I just didn't know exactly where it was
don't
found.
remember where they found the boot.
Because I do know when you wear boots and shoes.
They
and stuff
found
like that.
it. All it says right here is that they had found the boot in a wooded area.
Okay, and maybe there was water in it or something, because boots, shoes, and stuff like that, socks, they have a lot of skin cells in there, and so that something was contaminated that somehow. Or unless the boot was new.
They took samples from the boot leg and from the inside of the boot and the outside of the boot. Have you seen what the boot looks like?
No, I haven't. No, I just heard about the boot. I guess we could.
Here's a photo of the boot, so you kind of get an idea. They took samples from everywhere, but they could not come up with enough.
Okay, you sent that to me on Skype.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I'll look at it. Okay, hold on, that's quick. Let me look at it right now. I'll put it in the. Let me put it in the form in the case file too. Again, if you have any information on this case, if you're psychic, we need your help. Please go to that case. Click where it says post comments here. Takes you right to the form for this case file. Post your information. I don't care what it is, anything. I don't care how crazy it is. We will listen, because that's what it takes. It takes everybody coming together to put. Obviously they haven't found her, so we should do everything we can to help find her. This goes with everybody. Of course, I'm sure.
Okay, apparently the boot was found in the area of Interstate 50, near where her car had been located.
Okay.
And her car was located not far from where
not enough DNA.
James Haleigh lived.
Okay, not enough DNA. Either don't you find the DNA or you don't.
I guess so. Okay. There was not enough there to.
Okay, I've got this story. It's kind of going a little slow on me. I put a link to that case file. All right. Anything else on this case, Deborah?
No, I don't have anything else for Tracy.
Okay. That covers our new case and our updates that we're going to do. Stockholm Syndrome. I did a little researching on what Stockholm Syndrome is, and I learned a lot of stuff. I do realize that people being held captive over a certain period, a lot of times they start to take interest in their captor, becomes friends with them. There's a lot of cases like Patty Hearst, Sean Hornbeck, the case in, I forget the name, but the case in Australia, where you're in captivity for so long. So the comments I made last night probably wasn't a good idea, and I just, I thought she was 18, and then I hear she's 29, and think, well, what are you doing for that long? So, I apologize for that, but, I think at some point, I realize this is terrible and tragic, but when you have other people concerned, sometimes I think that you do need to, think about, hey, I really need to try to do something, because, I'm responsible for my children, and I realize that, I may be brainwashed or whatever, but I don't know, but I was wrong on that one. I mean, it is a real disorder that happens, but that's all I want to say about that. So.
Okay, well, the news that has come out since we were talking about that is that the two girls are apparently fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
apparently from what they've been through, they didn't even know that their mother was kidnapped like that. So I don't know what they thought. Living the way they were living, if that was normal or what. Apparently, they're okay. And from what's said is that JC identified with this guy, and to her it seemed basically like a marriage. So, I'm just glad that, she was located and her kids are out of there now. She's out of it now.
I think the good thing I'm concerned about, her kids are fine. That's what's, to me, that's
exactly.
The kids are fine. I don't know what's going on there. There is a difference though. I mean, if you're living in a dungeon, you can't escape. There's obviously that's terrible. I mean, I think that might be a little bit different to living in the backyard. I think that was the point I was trying to make.
And once again, excellent work by law enforcement, the 2 female officers that, helped bring this about, because they realized that the girls were not acting normal around their father.
Which is good. And I heard it. I did see some things. People were saying, "Well, why didn't they do it in 2006 and stuff?" I don't know. But a lot of times cops do miss things. I mean, I think though, if you look back to people's intentions, everybody has good intentions. So, as far as, I'm not saying about these people here. I'm saying as far as the police and law enforcement goes, they are trying to do their best. I know a lot of times they're overwhelmed and stuff, but they are trying to do good. So yeah, I mean, this is great that this has happened. I wish it would have happened a long time ago, 18 years ago.
Right. Well, and we may not be done. We may end up having a case open regarding these people, involved in JC, and all of them, because the person that abducted her, Philip Garrido, I think that's what his name is. SAS is asking, for a case to be opened. What they suspect is that he could possibly be a serial killer that murdered prostitutes during the 90s. And they have not only been searching his property, but also the neighbor next door, because he apparently was a caretaker for that property when no one was living in that home. So he had access to the backyard, and they thought that possibly there could be bodies. So they're wondering now if he's responsible for a string of murders.
Okay, sure. And I think that she would probably, over that amount of time, over 18 years, I'm sure something maybe was said. Or not, I don't know. But it's really amazing what some people controlling people can do, I guess, to the psyche of a person. And it's terrible. But I mean, my goodness, this guy had a lot of power, to be able to make her do things like that.
Well, yeah, he had all that power, but apparently he was very slick, because he was able to convince the police to go away without looking in his backyard in 2006 too. People believe what this guy said too. And the other thing, I don't know if I had ever mentioned this, but he was on electronic monitoring the entire time, because he's on life parole for the kidnap and rape.
Okay.
That he served time in Leavenworth for.
And
so
what are the charges?
Conducting all these activities when he's on tether.
Real quick though, what are the charges against him? I mean, not the new charges. What were the charges against him? So why he served time?
Kidnapping and rape. Apparently he had a storage unit set up. This storage space in one of those storage units. What they describe as being a sex palace inside of there.
Okay.
And he kidnapped a woman and raped her in there.
Okay, and when was this?
I'd seen 71 somewhere, and then I saw 1980 something somewhere. But out of a 50-year sentence, the guy served 10.
Okay.
What's wrong with that? And look what's happened here.
This wasn't underage, though.
JC and him, everything that was done there, and possibly they're looking into him being a serial killer of a whole bunch of prostitutes now.
Okay, no. What the point is I'm trying to make is, did he was he charged with any sex with minors, child molestation, or anything like that before?
It was a grown woman that he served time for.
Okay, that might be good news for the children that were there. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because a lot of times,
I certainly hope so. I mean, obviously, JC was 11 years old, and she had her first child when she was 14 with him. So he did not behave there. And also, remember his statements, all of his crazy statements he made, and one of them was how he held his daughters every night, and he never kissed them. Like he was trying to say that he didn't get inappropriate with them, and it just came out really odd. So I really pray nothing happened to those girls.
Okay. Thanks, Deborah. One more issue. This is for Aji Desir. Deborah, I'm gonna put his picture up there. Why don't you cover him tonight? And I just checked.
Okay.
I just checked news articles. There's nothing there. Nothing at all.
Why is that not surprising? That poor little dude. Okay, Aji Desir, he's been missing since January 10th of this year from Immokalee, Florida, which is a farm workers village. He's 6 years old. He is learning disabled, developmentally delayed, however you want to put that. He functions at approximately age 2. He does not speak very much, only a few words. He does understand quite a bit, and mainly what he does understand is Haitian Creole, which is what his family speaks. His family, it doesn't appear getting very much help. They're not, and that could be largely due to, their roots of being, from Haiti, and speaking Haitian Creole. The Collier County Sheriff's Department has a great YouTube video out asking for everyone's help, for everyone to post it everywhere on blogs, their websites, their Facebook accounts, all their social networking places, and email it to everyone in their address books. It's called Help Us Find Aji, and that's the title of it on YouTube. If you would like to help, please share that YouTube video and print poster. Pass this photo around to everybody you know. And another thing you can do, it hasn't helped yet, but if we keep at it, it just might. If you go to Find Aji, and that's ADJI.com, you can go into the section of media contacts, and you'll find links to the contact pages for all of the Florida media and also for the national media. And hopefully they can bring some attention, get Aji's photo out there some more, because unless, someone sees him, he can't be found, because he can't tell people he's missing on his own. So everyone, if you can please help, and thank you.
Deborah, we're 2 people, and just doing a search, just typing in Aji Desir, half of the returns that come back from just doing a regular Google search for Aji Desir are us. Guys, everybody can help. Every case is important, but this case to us is just really important because it seems like nobody cares. It's a missing child, and like I said, he does have a disability. He doesn't fit the criteria, I guess, of a lot of the drama that the news media likes to pick up on, but come on, he's missing. So, like Deborah said, findaji.com. Thanks, Deborah. You can get some sleep, okay? Get up early and go sell those mops.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.